The wide open spaces of that great expanse of outback Australia known as corner country offer few clues as to your exact location. Luckily, we're in the capable hands of Tri-State Safaris as we head to where the borders of 3 states meet. Every so often, the giver country gives way to a new landform on the horizon, one which knows nothing of state borders, having been sculpted eons ago, when the Australian continent we know today was still very much a work in progress. Now, if you've been to the breakaways in the Painted Desert in far north South Australia, this may well jog the memory. But the jump-ups are in fact several hundred kilometres east of South Australia's impressive breakaway system. And yet all of this is part of the same geological phenomenon, and it harks back to the days of an ancient inland sea. This is all part of a dramatic landform that stretches from the far west of New South Wales well into South Australia. Take a flight out of Cooper Pedy with Opal Air's Lindsay Matthews and you encounter the strange bleached colours that have slowly stained what we now call the Painted Desert. The steep drop-offs are a dramatic reminder of a very different Australia, when the sea receded about 110 million years ago, leaving a stark canvas on which time and the elements conspired to work their magic.
As you fly along, you can see the hills in the distance, the colourful hills of breakaway country, which was once the coastline all those years ago. And from the air here, we can see very plainly that all this flat area was the sea. And opalised shells and things can be found along the edge of the coast near Cooper Pedy, but only fossilised shells out on the seabed.
From high above the Painted Desert and the breakaway system, you can see how this strange palette of colour extends for hundreds of kilometres.
Yes, it is phenomenal, and it's made up out of yellow, reds and brown oxides, and also some hydroxides that all blend together and make those beautiful colours, and it's different wherever you go.
Certainly different in this part of corner country, and yet there's no mistaking the jump-up's connection to the same geological story. It's hard to imagine it now, isn't it? But these withered ridges are in fact part of the shoreline of an ancient sea that once extended several hundreds of kilometres into the interior of the Australian continent. It's a dramatic and distinctive landform that stretches across 2 states, drawing tourists from around the world to an escarpment where land and sea once met. And long before Europeans drew colonial lines across the map of Australia, Aboriginal people gathered here from as far away as the Flinders Ranges to trade for cutting stones and spearheads. So this would have been a valuable commodity?
Oh, very valuable. They would have traded a lot of this with the Adnyamathanha tribe from the Flinders, yeah.
They would have come this far over?
They would have come this far over, yeah. You'd find a lot of this stone in the Flinders that is not sort of native to the Flinders.
And what did the Adnyamathanha people bring from the Flinders?
They would have brought their ochre, especially red ochre. There's not a lot of red ochre around here.
You can access the South Australian portion of the breakaways and the Painted Desert from Cooper Pedy. Opal Air runs regular scenic flights. To book, contact Lindsay Matthews on 0427 304 599. To access the section that extends across the border into New South Wales, team up with Tri-State Safaris. The jump-ups in Sturt National Park are a good 130 kilometres from the South Australian border. To book a tour, contact 8088 2389.